Testing, testing. Am I coming through? Okay, I'm very low. I'm going to increase the mic volume. 1 second. This wasn't set up at all. First of all, I want this to go. Test, test. Test, 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 test. Okay. Wrong one. A little bit quiet. Yeah, I'll have to add some filters. Okay, there's nothing here. So this, of course, I should hear myself for that. Hello, hello. Okay. Quick course in voice things. Okay, what compressor goes before? Well, actually, let's add the gain first. Gain first, and this is okay. I'm going to move this up, so beware. Testing, 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 testing. Going up more. Test, 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 test. I want to get to minus 12 or something, but great, I can't control. Where is? Oh God, I can't change any of this, can't I? Well, actually, I'm going to mute myself. I mean, is this okay for now? I know it's not as loud on Linux, but it should be okay. Okay. Completely fine. Okay, great. So let's look at what we've got. So it's downloading the files. Just cleaning up. This is almost the state that I released yesterday. So the bug should still be there. Actually, let's try downloading the executable and running it here to rule out the other problems that could be there. Okay, can you? Extract. Okay. So it looks normal. It has its icon. When I start, It runs. Notice, yes. Sorry, had that very loud, and I'm not hearing it. But now I am. So it didn't open for you. Is that correct? That's weird. Yeah, it loaded up and crashed before any window appeared. Okay. Okay. That's bad that it runs on my side, because that makes it much more complicated. Are you on an AMD card? Yes. I'm on a Radeon. But I have a NVIDIA card lying around, so I could try that as well. What could be the problem? Okay, she's got a GeForce 2060. Okay. I mean, it should work either way. I haven't changed the rendering since I switched to a Radeon. And I only did that a month ago, or month and a half. So I think that's unlikely, but it could, of course, be the case. I've also not tried to run this on an Intel iGPU, but that did work as well at one point. Let me look at the make file. Okay, that's the old one. So the Windows build, so it uses these 6 libraries, but direct input 8 I'm not sure if that's, let's ask the Google AI, because otherwise I'd be sitting here trying to find that out, that obscure detail out. Should be good for that. Is direct, I think I asked this before. Is included as a core system in every modern version. So yeah, every Windows version should have that. And then a segfault could also mean, yeah, it could mean the library is not there and it calls random code. Yeah, WinMM as well. And the others are libgdi. They are so elementary to Windows that they must be there. It could be this, but that also, if you want me to put her full specs in the forums, yeah, sure. But the problem is I kind of don't have really much to go on. And I guess you're using this on an, yeah, it must be an x86 laptop or computer you're using. So, and I also think Windows would have warned you. It might be the stack size. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, x86. Okay. Let's try to compile this. Oh, but there are errors. Okay, but I've not compiled this here. Undeclared identifier. Okay, that's just a file mismatch because I've renamed all these. So what's going on here? Oh, game.c is a dangling file. So let's remove that. Undeclared function b0. That's absolutely declared. Crap. Why is it not in debug? Oh, I need windows.h for this. Okay, then it builds. Let's do that again. That might be, well, if that was the problem, then why does it work on my PC? Okay, I need to do this. What are you doing? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I have to run LGDB. Apparently the GeForce app is showing there's new driver added. Just gonna update it now. I mean, I'm using a really ancient version of OpenGL, so just any driver will do, really, unless there's a bug in the driver, but that's pretty unlikely. Two 2.1, yeah. Yeah, 2.1. Actually, just for fun, let me ask the AI, when was GL 2.1 introduced? Two 2006. Okay, it's 20 years old. Google says it supports 2.1 onwards. What supports 2.1? Not quite sure what you mean. A GPU. Okay. So yeah, it should work. So my Radeon is, what is it? My Radeon is from 2020. My NVIDIA card is the 1080 Ti. That's from 2015 or something. I put the specs in the forum post. What Windows version are you on? I would tell you if I knew. No idea where you'd look that up. Maybe with this. Windows, yeah, there it is. Windows 11 Pro 12 64 10.0 build. This is the version. Yeah, it's Windows 11, but the exact version is this year, I believe. You're on the exact same versions. Okay. So it crashes with, what did you say? Did you write these zeros correctly? I think so. 1, 4. Tries to read the memory address, does not have permission to. Yeah, that's just a seg fault. Corrupted system files, unlikely hardware issues, unlikely software conflicts, outdated drivers, antivirus software, registry errors. Run SFC and DISM. Okay, whatever. Check your RAM, disable antivirus, scan for malware. Drivers updated, still the same, yeah. And does she have malware and antivirus software installed? Because I know I had to install a whole bunch of stuff on my work PC, work Mac. Hey Andre, yeah, early live today. Nope, just playing Windows Defender. Okay, that's also weird. Hey Andre, we're debugging a Windows crash. 6.4 has tried it on his Windows PC, the game, but it crashes before it starts with a seg fault. And does how to get to the, would that actually help me? Windows gram crash memory dump files. Okay, you need to look in different locations depending on specific application. I want the specific application. Why doesn't my scroll thing work? If a specific program crashes but Windows kept running, the files are stored here in crash dumps. Windows error reporting. Custom local dumps. Could you 6.4, could you look in the local app data crash dumps folder? Local app data is, what is local? What does that extend to? So it's username app data local and then crash dumps. Was it crash dumps? I'm not sure if, so I did nothing to say that it should write to the crash dumps, but maybe Windows does that. Because with the crash dump, I could look at the memory locations. I wonder if it is NVIDIA, since it works fine on your AMD, potentially NVIDIA just being shitty. Well, wishlist on Steam when I turn on the PC. Current brewing some coffee. Thanks, Andre. Much appreciated. Wonder if it's NVIDIA. Let me just dump this in here. Seg fault on NVIDIA GPU, but not on AMD Radeon. It's often caused by driver-specific implementation differences, hardware-specific library dependencies. Okay, this is non-applicable because I'm not using Vulkan, I'm not using CUDA, I'm not using Wayland. In Windows, there's no X11. Residual AMD drivers. We're not swapping graphics cards. Hardware accelerated GPU scheduling can resolve stability issues unique to NVIDIA's architecture. Okay, you might. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but that might be a lead. Don't think that does anything, but yeah. Troubleshooting steps. Okay, I am on Windows. Driver specific memory management or the residual driver conflicts. Perform a clean driver. I am the programmer of the crashing application. What can I do? No, I'm actually just asking the AI to solve my problem. That's a fourth wall break. I've never done it so explicitly. You should focus on NVIDIA specific memory management and synchronization behaviors. So I don't have synchronization behaviors. I have a VSync and that's it. NVIDIA drivers are often stricter. Okay, so NVIDIA is stricter. That might be helpful. NVIDIA debugging tools, check for driver level differences. Timeout detection and recovery is more aggressive. If a GPU task takes too long, Windows resets the driver, causing a crash. That would be weird. I'm not sure what caused that. I'm just rendering, I'm not computing. Synchronization makes execute kernels in parallel more aggressively than AMD. CUDA launch. Yeah, I'm not using CUDA. The Windows Event Viewer to narrow down the source. Navigate to Windows logs and application. That's what you did, I believe. Okay, Windows and X. Event Viewer. Back in the 90s. Windows logs. Oh, come on. Okay, there might be doxing stuff in here, so won't go through it. But then find the event ID 100. Can't even view the dump log because the dump logs causes Notepad to crash. So it has dump logs. Trying to transfer the dump logs to my Mac, as I can't even view the dump logs cause nobody to crash. So if it's a crash dump, then that should be, it might just be binary data. But I'm not sure how Windows does it. Cause a notepad. So did it have, was there something in the crash dumps folder, or am I confusing the dump logs? Am I confusing the logs? Yeah, there is. Okay, so it's, and that's named Stojan, or? Because that actually might just be binary data. That's the memory of the process while it crashed. That's just dumped out of memory onto the disk. I'm wondering how you could transfer that to me. Does WeTransfer still work? But I think you'll have to register now. Oh, no. Okay. Could you tell how large the file is? They're all over 180. Okay. So are they text files? Because the 180 kilobytes is not that much. That's weird. Is that still open? No. Windows application crash dumps format. Captures. Right, I might be able to add them to GitHub. So if they're text files, then that's pretty helpful. I've just installed GitHub Desktop, so I don't have to set up an SSH key and shit. You could also just write it into Pastebin or something. Here. And then send me the link or something. Not sure how it works, but that should work. That makes sense, okay. Notepad crashes. Oh, maybe it's the same problem. Maybe Notepad has the same problem as my app. Or does it open other files? Let me turn on my coffee machine. Yeah, the DMP files, you need to install some Windows debugging app. The native format. So that's this here. Oops. Use WinDBG. Load the DMP file. Yeah. So they are not text files. Yeah, they are debug files. So you can't paste them in text form. But I hope. Actually, let's just use the better Google. Has some support. LDB. It's primarily effective for user mode application dumps rather than kernel. Yeah, thanks. I don't want kernel dumps. WinDebug is an absolute abomination. I think I have it installed. Yeah, but it's so hard to use. But it might just tell me what happens. So if you 6 for 12, if you just send me one of the dump files. So each of the dump files corresponds to one crash, if I'm not mistaken. So I just need one of them. And send me that via, not sure. It's a good place. It's a good place to transfer small files. So problem is I don't have email here on this machine, on the Windows partition. Great. Well, maybe we transfer, but oh yeah, you can send me. Might be able to compress the file format. How big is it? If it's 180 kilobytes, then you could send me it with WeTransfer and then 75 megs. They're not small. Oh, now I get it. Okay. So you could still send it through WeTransfer. They allow up to, what was it, a couple of gigabytes. And the others are like 180 megabytes. Okay, so they are actually memory dumps. So they would actually help. Request files up to 1 terabyte. I would have to log in. I'll just email myself. With WeTransfer, yeah, you can email yourself or you can put in support@stojan.rl.com, but that doesn't matter because I don't have the mail here. But it will send you an email with a download link. And I would need that one then. That download link. That would be awesome. Thinking how I would do this with email, because I can't open my emails on stream, of course. Okay, so for 20 bucks a month, I can open a data post box. Could you just be your own publisher on Steam? Yeah. I got it. Yeah, if you're self-publishing, then you are your own publisher. Let me guess, it doesn't let you post links. This is quite the obstacle course. $87 megabytes. This would have test stuff. Oh, nice. I'll just dump that in. It should maybe find it. What's going on? I'll just... Sorry for doxing. I'm stumbling through your GitHub like a drunk man. Okay. All good, okay. Yay. We've got a crash dump. Please download. Let me download the file. Okay. Let me guess. It now starts 15 downloads. Oh, that's good. I'll make the... Oh, it does start. Great. Oh my god, this is stupid. Incredible. Incredible. I'll make the repo private once you've got it downloaded. Okay. Yeah, sure. That's probably a good idea. So here it is. That's the dump. So now I could open this. Let's give it a try. Let's give the Windows debug thing a try. And it's spent its chances. Maybe I can open it with Visual Studio. Maybe I should put this into the game files. But for that, does it need the executable? Don't think so. Oh, okay, this looks better. Oh, stop it. Where am I? So these are all the loaded libraries. But where does it crash? Native only? What is that? Unhandled exception. Okay, this is the crash. Oh yeah, actually, let me pull in the executable. No. Only a moment till I figured out how to copy stuff. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's right. I moved the control key. Okay. Let's look at it again. And let's hope it finds the executable. Oh, it does. Thank God. Okay, location 000. That's a looks like a null pointer dereference, which no symbols. Okay, that's bad. But this is in the call stack. Oh, wait a minute. It says the binary was in OneDrive. So I wonder if there was an issue. It might have just copied it. But yeah, you can look into that, but I'm not sure. So not having debug symbols is pretty bad. Okay. But we now know, so it's calling 0. That means, that probably means that a library is not loaded. But it should have crashed. Or a function is not loaded. Yeah, same issue even when it's launched not from OneDrive. Yeah. So this could actually be the OpenGL code that it tries to load it tries to load a function and then calls it, but the function was not found and is 0 and then it crashes. That might actually be the case. The let me ask the AI one last thing. how to... Oh, come on. How... What am I trying to do? I'm trying to find out the name of the function from the hex value. Using... Well, the symbols are not there. But let me see. Home. And then there should be a debug symbols file. Yep. Paste. Let's try this again. Are you dual booting Windows, or do you have another disk just for it? Yeah, I have another cheap disk. A small cheap disk. Because partitioning a hard drive for Windows and some other operating system doesn't really work. Because Windows doesn't behave. Can you please load the symbols? Okay, let's forget Visual Studio. And move this down here. And this as well. And then here. What is a zone identifier? Please work. It doesn't work. How do I tell it to load a dump file? Great. What is going on? Okay, it's absolutely not working. Yeah, Windows always messes with the other OS boot partition when it updates. Later on, if you get the time, could you talk about the UI, especially position? Do you mean the game UI? That's just the positioning is the only real constraint on the UI position is that the height of the screen is much less than the width. So I cannot place things above or below the player because that obstructs too much space. But other than that, it's just I haven't found a better place yet. So that's about it. I think you need to call run first. In the LLDB, yeah, but it didn't. It thought the dump file was command line parameters and not a dump file, so that was a non-starter. Of things, they are positioned using X and Y. Oh, okay, X and Y chords. I'm a web monkey, so could only think in a CSS manner. Yeah, they are. They are all fixed. They are all set with X and Y. The only thing that makes it kind of relative is that I position everything on the. Wait, let me see how you see me. So I'm not. Yeah, so on this, on the right hand side, so origin is 0, 0 is up here in the game. So this is window width X, and this is window height Y. So if I want to position something on this side on the screen, I set it to window width, which is here. Where's my hand? Which is here, minus the value I want to inset it. So that way, when the screen gets stretched vertically, it still stays at that other end position. It's not dangling in the middle somewhere. So the reference points are always the edges of the screen, top, bottom, left, right. But that's all there is to it. That's the only thing that makes it kind of responsive. And some things are centered in the middle. So I just take window width divided by 2, window height divided by 2, and then I have the center of the screen, and then I can place UI elements relative to that, so that they are always around the center, no matter what the aspect ratio or screen size is. Yeah, and the size of the glyphs in the UI, what I did is I look at the window size, and if it's HD, then it has this size. If it's 1440p, then it has this size. If it's 4K, it has this size. So it's yeah, still super easy. Yeah. Okay, let's ask the AI again, because documentation is non-existent. How to load the symbols of a PDB, yeah, file when looking at the crash dump DP of an executable on Windows using WinDebug or preferably LDB. You're gonna have lots of fun with Mac's high DPI screens when you release for Mac. Yeah. Be right back. Okay. Yeah, high DPI is, I mean, basically it's just your frame buffer and multiplying your UI scale by a number. Let me close the shutters. So I'm going blind. So LLDB on Windows can load PDB files manually or through search paths. Okay, why do I need the C flag? But okay, that's basically what I did. Oh, dump first. Okay. It's working, it's working. Great. That does not help. But that makes sense because I think I'm learning the hard way right now that I need to get better at supporting and debugging. I mean, debugging is fine, but without these symbols, that's pretty bad. So I could, if I build for release, can I just create a symbol file and then stash that away? Or I could send 6.4 a debug build. But that's also bad. But I deduced that it's most likely in the Windows OpenGL files. It could maybe have problems trying to find this DLL. What other names? What permutations? Let's add a new thing. Was it that? Yeah. Is almost always maintains its exact name. So it's not that. And that's the only thing I load. So it could be any of these functions. that are not present. If this is really the problem. Yeah, I threw the other answer away. But that was... I mean, the easiest thing is to have all the debug symbols just in there. I mean, there are no trade secrets in the executable. I think that's actually A64. I'm thinking about how so I'm kind of stumped. I have no way of loading the debug symbols. I mean, I have a way of I have no way of loading correct debug symbols. So I'm stuck with the it called a null pointer function conclusion. And I'm thinking about how I can avoid this in the future. So I'll just leave the debug symbols in the release executable. So that if you or someone else sends me a crash dump, it'll be clearly readable. I'll see exactly what happened. In the dump with all the DLLs, did you see OpenGL32 DLL in the list of DLLs? Good question. But I'm pretty certain, yes. Here, open this. The GDI. Oh god. Yeah, there it is. Might indicate whether the OpenGL was actually loaded or not. I think this is just everything that was loaded. Yeah, so yeah, it was loaded. Probably. Modules, mini dump, file summary. Let's actually check that. Mini dump file. I mean, mine is called mini. Why is this called small now? If you release a debug version that can run that and see if it, I can run that and see if it crashes. So I can send you that dump file as well. That was my idea, yeah. So it wouldn't be a debug version, but it would have all the symbols still in it. So it would be, well, actually, that's a good point. If I optimize, if I let the compiler optimize the code, how bad does that scramble what's going on? Man, this is, it could be easy if all this stuff wasn't so complicated. But yeah, I really want to enable compiler optimizations at least level 2, because that yeah, that makes a huge difference. Partner is on her way home, so if you want to test this, probably worth doing it before she gets home, or can do it another day. She wants to play her Power Wash Simulator. I mean, that's, yeah, we won't keep her from that. So I could just create I mean, you would have to upload the dump file again. I'm not sure if you're up for that. I was watching K-pop TikToks. That's fine. Okay. I I can upload it to GitHub again in a compressed file. Okay, nice. So if I just build the Windows, so this is the debug build, and then I can send you this I'll send you this via WeTransfer. Well, actually, I can upload it to the website. That's probably easier. Um, this. Okay, that's. Okay, I just have to call publish. Oh, it's missing all the assets. So I'll have to alter the build, and that is in the release tab, add debug information. Let's try it like this. Yeah. -G, okay. I use :X as it saves and quits, but only if the file already exists. Only if the file already, oh, okay, I get it. I've never seen X. Does VI have that? Okay, publish. Yeah, oh, okay. Maybe I'll learn that. It took me, what was it? It took me 5 years to find out that Vim has a QA, quit all command. So yeah, I'm a slow adopter. I learned by mistake. Okay. So you can download the file in a second when this has finished on stogen.com/files/stogen_rel for release.exe. That's in 30 seconds. Write all too. Oh, that's nice. Didn't know that. Learned something new again. But your browser might freak out if you're downloading a .exe file. Maybe you should have zipped that. Let me do that preemptively while you're trying. Hackers still use arrow keys for Vim because I keep going to other editors and typing out HJK. That's funny. Yeah, let's zip that. Oh god, what was it? Why is this zip program so complicated? And no manuals. This is worst case. I think it was R, zip minus R. Oh, it was Stochen, well, Stochen, see, something like that. Yep. Right is up. Right is up. I downloaded the exe and just told Windows it's fine. Updating the repo with a new dump. Nice, awesome. Thank you very much. A new dump is there. Very good. Let's see how many times it downloads it now. Okay, that was suspiciously fast. What's going on? Why is it extract? Okay, let's dump that into here. And let's see. Drum roll ldb.exe minus c. And then if I can write correctly, then this will work. Remember, press download once. Yeah. Okay, it's loaded. And it works. It works. I can see it is in initialize Windows WGL, OpenGL for Windows. Okay, let's close that and give me tmux. Okay, that's gone. So that's a good, that's great. And now I can look at the exact line. That's 512. And that is GL get string. So die is, oh, okay, that's interesting. That is interesting because there's a line here. Everything above comes with Windows and everything below comes from driver. So that's one hint, but it's actually, yeah, it's not finding this. Wait, GL get string is from somewhere else. I'm misleading here. Where does that come from? That's from up here. Okay, let's see. it calls create context, and that is here. So it can load some functions. Make current works as well. Get string was used here before, but then it crashes further below. What? No, 512. Oh, is it here? WGL.c 512. Partner is going to be confused with GitHub Desktop and some Stojan binary being on a system. Just tell her you're hunting for malware. That'll clear things up. So it doesn't quite work, I think. Because, wait. Oh, that's because, yeah, I'm just stupid. Lines were different because I added text. If I said helping a friend debugging his game on Windows, she'd be like, oh, okay, that's it. Yeah, that works as well, of course. That works as well. Get string. That's really strange. So it's what? I get it twice. Ah, I see the error. She's not interested in stuff like this, but she really enjoyed this CSS game where you have to write out CSS to move a frog through levels. I mean, sure. Sounds great. We may all just be haunted by CSS, so could actually be fun. I probably won't be able to test a fix till later tonight, but I'll put a comment in the forum post if it works or not. Awesome. Yeah, I think I have the error. So the problem is that is this get proc address is the Windows way of getting functions from a library. But down below I have wrongly have this call again, but not with the Windows way, but with the OpenGL way, which doesn't work. Sets this to null, this function. The function gets called here and it crashes. So I just need to remove this line. That's my theory. And yeah, this WGL get proc address is in the driver. That's a driver function as far as I know. So it would differ between AMD and NVIDIA. So AMD might let this pass, but NVIDIA crashes. So this all makes sense. That's very good. I remove that call and then but GL extensions, yeah, that should also just work. If we get a build up in the next 10 minutes, I can quickly test before she gets here with my car and we head to the store. Sure. Sure. No problem. So I'll test it. What did I do? Yeah, that was the wrong call. Hello? Slight complications here. I can't type. So we make release architecture. I don't want to release architecture Windows type release. So and then I'll run that on my machine. Just to see if it actually works. Why is Windows always working against me? Where is the release file? It's not showing it. There it is. Refreshing the browser. Great. Please, please, please. Okay, that works. And now let me upload that. Why is it syncing? Oh, that's I need to call FTP. Okay, so it's this is done in 30 seconds. This is the same, but with a zip at the end. And there might be another problem with the Windows GL NVIDIA stuff, but this one should be gone at least. So yeah, but that's good that it worked. So I have to remember that I'm not stripping the symbols from the files anymore, and that I can't look straight at the crash dumps. Still crashes. Okay, that's sad. I got a nip off sheets here. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks for helping out. I'll look at the code if there's something similar, and maybe I'll switch to my NVIDIA card and see if that triggers it. Catch you shortly. Yeah. I'll see you next time. 6-4. Thanks. Thanks very much. Yeah, and actually I'm almost done as well for today. So that was eye-opening. Which AMD card do you have? I have the there are a lot of 6s in it. It's from 2020, I think, around that time. Radeon. Wait, it's an RX. Is that a thing? 66. I think it's this one. Yes. Yeah, I got it for $200 a while ago. It's pretty good, but it has, not sure if it's Radeon, but I was perplexed by a moment. I'm not sure if it's Radeon, but the fans, they don't run at a slow speed, a slow constant speed, but they kick in at full power for a couple of seconds and then turn off again. That's really annoying. Because I saw you with a NVIDIA card the other day, and I thought, oh, I see, it didn't test in this card. The other day, it must have been quite a while ago, but yeah, I bought this card specifically for streaming. But now I got it. I would have to swap. Yeah. I'd have to turn off the PC and then swap the card and deal with all the driver stuff as well. The other day was like very early in the first release. Yeah. I've had this. I bought this only very recently, a month ago or so. And I bought a used card off eBay, so it's pretty cheap. Yeah, let's look at the file at the Windows stuff. One last time. But if it crashed there, then do I have to check these manually? Do you plan to also do a Mac release? Yeah, but much later. So I have I have the macOS Windows setup stuff in Swift code that I've written a long time ago. So that's easy. Core audio I know quite a bit about, so that will be easy as well. So audio and windowing would work. The problem is controller support, which should also not be a problem because SDL has that and WGL have that solved. So I can do that as well. And the only issue might be the ARM processes, because I'm not compiling for ARM right now, and I've never done that with this code base. I mean, so I'm not sure how it behaves, but Mac should be possible. Do you need to own Apple hardware to release things for Mac nowadays? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that you need that stuff because the so as far I haven't touched Mac app development since in 4 years, I think, and back then you always had to install Xcode because it comes with all the SDKs, and all the SDKs back then were tens of gigabytes of stuff. So unless you find a way to get all these SDKs to work on another machine, then I guess that's not going to work. So it's pretty unfeasible. So yeah, you basically need Apple hardware, and especially the ARM Macs. Yeah, because that's a whole nother platform. Is it asserting? It might also be. No, the assertions get compiled out. Yeah, it might actually have to install the NVIDIA card, but I'm pretty sure that won't crash either. But I also I've not tried the NVIDIA card on Windows, I don't think. Yeah, maybe I'll do that later. But yeah, this is I'm going to go offline for today and work on other stuff like the Steam page for a bit. But did I close the browser? Yeah. But I have now a Steam link on the website, which is good, and the Steam page, which is also pretty good. Thanks for the live. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Andre. And I'll be back. I already wishlisted. Thanks, very nice. Very kind, thank you. I'm not going to be live tomorrow, I don't think. Maybe late in the evening, but I don't think so. But I'll be back on Monday. Yeah. So thanks for watching and have a nice weekend. Nice rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday, probably, at the latest. Monday at the latest. Okay, so till then, bye.